them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, telling you, yeah, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, go to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how they try to run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new in this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I haven't been on here for quite some time, but the questions that I'm asking, there's a reason why I'm asking those questions, because as you notice, or if you don't notice, there's been this trend where, especially here on YouTube, the repatriation talk. What is the repatriation? Black people in the Western Hemisphere whose ancestors were brought to America, Brazil, Jamaica, in the Caribbean, the deal. We've known a lot of Jamaicans that's always come to West Africa and see it as home. But the American one is a new thing. I'm speaking in the perspective of someone who's lived in America and also from Gambia. So I'm able to navigate, both worlds, the black way of thinking and how Gambians think. Because people, let's not forget, right now there's a confusion going on. I became aware of few Gambian YouTubers. At first, I didn't know all these people, but with what is going on, all of a sudden, I started knowing about my fellow countrymen, which is a good thing, because I think now that people are able to just have YouTube channels and speak their mind and how they are seeing things, it opens up room for dialogue. And in this dialogue, we would either understand each other or not. And you have several black Americans that reside in the Gambia that are content creators, like Black Acres of the Gambia. Somebody put me onto him. You have Black Sid, but she's not American, but I think she's British. And now you have Art Cathy. Art Cathy has joined the forces. I have been following Art Cathy for some time on Facebook. I think 2 years, but then I don't know what happened. I stopped seeing her videos, but she would do a lot of live videos, very high energy, just wants to go, and she's got her own ideas, and she's not shy about these ideas. And then not that long ago, I started seeing a petition circulating, in our Gambian circle on Facebook, and I read it. It says people are demanding that Art Cathy gets deported out of the Gambia. This was very interesting to me, because I've heard Art Cathy always talk about repatriating to Africa, and she's talked about Gambia a few times, and I was like, man, this is going to be super interesting, and interesting indeed, because I've seen some YouTubers, Black Americans, who they make the video. They have several their videos, and it's like they are caught in this space where sometimes they would low key bash African countries, because they would say they don't name countries. Most people talk about Ghana. Now Gambia is in the lexicon, and Nigeria, but they would say Africa. So meaning that represents the whole of Africa. And there's a big confusion, and this confusion is based on the skin color. And the skin color thing doesn't signify or has the same meaning as it does for people, let's say, from Gambia, in Africa in general, maybe from South Africa. And also this notion, this idea of how Black Americans perceive colonialism, and the way people in Gambia perceive it is different, because the experience is not the same. It wasn't like a South Africa or Zimbabwe situation, or Congo, where the white people came in and dominated. It was done through indirect rule, meaning the Gambian natives were ruling over. They continued their rule, but now they were working with the British, and the British eventually slowly introduced their educational system. But the way people in that country see white people, if you're a Black American, you will be confused, because you're thinking these people are worshiping these people. No, it's all about economics. And even Atkati herself, what actually brought me to this conversation is a video that she made, and this video really did upset lots of Gambian people. They found it to be disrespectful, and people were being super emotional about it. I had a feeling at some point, if Atkati goes to the Gambia, that would eventually come to the forefront. It would be a problem. And what is this problem? She's going to see the practices on how things are done, the status quo. She's not going to like it. She's going to describe exactly what she is seeing, and that's a no-no, because she is seeing herself as a Gambian now, but that's just how she sees herself. But that is not reality, because once you cross that line, you start talking about Gambians, Akans, they're sleeping with their goats, these people don't want anything. And Loki also talking about, we should come here and dominate these people at one point, because believe you me, those things that you're saying, if you look around you, most of those people, they probably do not watch your YouTube channel, or they don't even understand what you're saying, because you yourself said it in your video. You said majority cannot even understand, read or write. Well, even though it's a British colony, but the English is not as strong. People speak their native tongues. And yes, in all honesty, if you're from America, you would tend to know a lot more about the westernized world. If you notice that some of the people, the way they deal with you, they will probably call you Tuba, meaning white person. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're saying your skin is white. The way you think and the way you operate is completely different from the way things are done. Things are not based on feelings. The people you describe, saying, they're con artists, dusties, I'm the one adding that part to it. Yes, Gambia do have that. And those people that con you, or were intending to con you, believe you me, they do that to us too. If you're from the West, they expect that you have everything, because the way America is being marketed, you know. But you being an outsider, you are only looking at things from a westernized perspective, and once you do that, you know, you're definitely going to clash with the Gambians. And I have taken the time and watched several videos. There was a Gambian YouTuber named Rene Marcos, and there's another one I saw called Aji's Corner. And I'm going to play Aji's Corner's video, what she said, because she summed it up in a way where I didn't know about a lot of, you know, beefs that were going on. But am I surprised by this beef? I'm not, because trust me, like I said, I've been watching lots of YouTube videos, and for a lot of our black brothers and sisters, they have a utopian fantasy of what Africa should be like. You notice the word I used, should be. First of all, like just even saying Africa, that's not how people see themselves. There is different countries. People are going to ask you, what country are you from? It is not based on skin color. It's nationalities. Like, I'm a Gambian. Gambia is right next door. You know, it's like literally inside of Senegal. But I cannot go over there and hold a public office because I'm not from that country. But this idea that, oh, saying these people are slow, we're over here to come and take over. The colonizers said the same thing. You know, it's not the first wave. You know, if you go back and look, quite frankly, the language that is being used, you read the books, that's exactly the same way the white man that's been criticized, that's the same way they saw the place also. They decided, okay, these people are not operating in the system that we created. Let's not forget, you are coming from America with your own ideas of what you want the place to be. I know, yes, you probably looked at it, you're like, damn, is this what I cussed white people out for? It's like putting a mirror right in front of you. I know we talk about the black thing, blah blah blah, but right now, if I'm sitting right here in my camera and start talking about I'm airing out, you know, black society's dirty laundry, people are going to be upset. All of a sudden, my skin color is not going to matter. You know, you're going to see like, okay, who is this guy to be saying these things? But I'm not saying I'm opposed to what Kati is saying. She's describing her experience, what her experience has been. But is this the entire country? No. You know, just like in America here, are all black people criminal? Absolutely not. You know, you take the time, you look at the people that you can vibe with. But I'm going to play a video here from a young lady named Aji's Corner. That's what her YouTube channel is. I hope she doesn't mind me playing this, and I would analyze the video for you so you hear what their gripe has been. And I'm telling you, the Gambians that understand the things you're saying, talking about you're going to take over, it's not going to sit well with them. And also, Kati was talking about the people, like the people are jealous of her because she's got skills from America, blah blah blah. You yourself said it. Most of the people you encountered, they do not have critical thinking skills. In your own words, they lack emotional. How did you say? Emotional skills. You talked about even the healthcare, and I'm surprised when I went into your comment section. There were Gambians that had this, criticizing you, but it's the same people that turn around and talk about how terrible the healthcare system is over there. When you move to these places, believe me, when they say it's third world compared to America, it is really third world. So you have to go with that in your mind. You're not. It's not like you're going to Miami or New York City where everything is just there, standing, waiting for you. No, in these countries, majority they are still in the building stage, and you have to build also. The Lebanese that you talk about, the Chinese, they come with capital, and if you have capital too, you are free, to do the business that you like. Nobody's gonna bother you. But I can assure you that they are not jealous of your skills. In fact, they expect you to have those skills. They are not shocked. I'm going to play Aji's video. So she describes what is actually happening right now. Give me a second here. Oh, sorry, wrong video.
Well, none of them can hide from.
Give me a second. That's the wrong. Oh man, I guess this video did not download, but give me a second here. I'm going to pull it up and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see.
The #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer in North America and Home Store is now offering 0% finance.
The truth hurts, and we just have to say it.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you Aji's video here. Oh, okay. Okay, let me pull that up here. Choose the file. Okay, here we go. I got it.
Our new subscribers, like I said, thank you to you guys. Welcome to Addis Corner, and our old subscribers, we thank you guys. I'm gonna know, guys. Our today's topic is gonna be about the recent issue trending on YouTube about the Black Ace, Remy Marcos, and the guy in Gambia, Alan.
So in this video, Aji is going to talk about a lot of little dramas that's been going on apparently behind the scenes. I sort of suspect like there is a clash, and to be frank, like there is some sort of elitism that the vibe I'm getting from the people that are repatriating, from America to the Gambia. I hear this in the videos, and I'm sure people like Aji and others have started, they started paying attention, and they're like, hold up, 1 minute, you're talking about how great Gambia is. Another minute you you you're just talking trash about Gambia. And from experience, I'm telling you, from experience living here in the States, yes, you're gonna run into black people that have a positive idea about Africa, but the majority, their idea of Africa, if they truly express it to people from those countries, many of you would be offended. Seriously, many of you would be offended. I know this from first-hand experience. But now when people say, okay, we're going back to Africa, you want to look at Africa as like this one big large country where people speak the same language, everybody's happy. No, that's not what it is. And I understand, like, when people come, you want to criticize the people. They're saying, oh, there's opportunity, they are not taking it. In those countries, money talks, bullshit walks. So if you're coming from America is a way larger economy. This is why everybody wants to go to America. It's not only Africans. Living in America, I have met all kinds of people from all different countries, white, black, Chinese. I mean, I'm sure there are people from Mass, if we can see them. Everybody is here. So you cannot ignore that reality. If you're an American, let me break this down for my brothers and sisters from America. If you were born and raised in America, okay, you are an American. So for Americans, having that citizenship, that passport, you can just get up and go wherever you want. If there's a visa, you just pay for the visa. You don't get to go stand in line for them to decide if you can go in or not. That is not the experience for people on the continent. It is hard for people on the continent of Africa to leave Africa. There might be few countries that have exception, but the African countries, the passport is not the same as the American passport. I saw a video, for example, you see most of you black people that do YouTubes and traveling from place to place, you are seeing how you can easily access these countries. I wasn't born in America, but I am an American citizen now. Why did I become an American citizen? Because I want access to those opportunities. It's not that, oh, I'm trying to be white. I want to be able to have the freedom to navigate my world. I mean, in this life, there's going to be obstacles, but you have to be smart, and understand what works in your favor and go with that. So first of all, you having that American citizenship right then and there, that gave you advantage over many people that you're seeing in those countries. I even saw one YouTuber talking about how shocked they were. They were in Ghana. They saw people lined up trying to play the visa lottery, and some people trying to get visa to come to America. Why are you shocked by that? You're in that environment. Obviously, you showed up with your dollars, you exchanged it, you felt wealthy. Those people want to experience that as well. I mean, people are not naive or dumb about that. I think if you're going to move to these places, cool. You might already have your script that you've written, but you cannot just select characters for the people and expect them to go along with that. That's what the Europeans did, and they failed miserably. The Europeans came with their ideas. They came with their ideas, written ideas. Up till today, you could read these things. The 1884 partition of Africa, that's part of it as well. You know, you look at Liberia. This is not even the first time. Even Liberia, you know, black people have repatriated to Liberia back in the days, and the people, the black Americans that went to Liberia, started, you know, enslaving the native Liberians, the tribes who were already there. You know, they created an elite class. Elitism was a big deal. So this is the system, you know, wherever people go, they oppress those people. So today, if you're coming from another system and trying to enact the same system that you've already criticized and bring it to these places, there's going to be a huge problem. And as you can see here in Aji's video, she is going to show her discontent. Let's listen.
You guys giving him and go for an interview to another platform and you sack him, I'll be like, bravo, you guys did very well, because he shouldn't have. So because the boy went to another platform, you sacked him.
So here Aji is talking about a guy named Harmon, who's a Gambian native. He was working with Black Acres of the Gambia. So apparently this guy going to an interview with a lady named Renee Marcus, who's a Gambian, that caused him to get fired from the Black Acres of the Gambia. So now, with the way Aji is saying things, and I know this clearly stemmed from when Ad Kati came out and started saying when Ad Kati started coming out, talking about Gambians are lazy, they are uneducated, they don't know how to do business, talking about they live with their goats, these people don't want anything. So the Black Acres of the Gambia, Aji feels like they did not come out and denounce these people. I'm not sure if she was expecting them to, but they agreed with Ad Kati, and that's not sitting well with Aji over here.
Our new subscribers, like I said, thank you to you guys. Welcome to Aji's Corner, and our old subscribers, wrong with me or someone else having a white friend or a mixed race friend. Discrimination, hypocrisy, racism to the next level. We don't invite that in Gambia. Gambia is open for everybody. Everybody. It does not matter if you are black, if you are blue, if you are green, if you are purple, if you are silver, if you are whatever you want to be. Go on.
Okay, so what Aji is saying over here, right? So Ad Kati has this idea about black empowerment, meaning people that are the same skin color should do business with one another, work with one another, because in America there's a racial divide. So the way I see it is Ad Kati is bringing her American drama to a society that do not view things that way. And that's a huge problem, because Aji is right over here. In the Gambia, people are not judged according to their skin color. Yeah, they see a white person, they know that you're different from them, but that's about it. Whatever attitude you show them, that's how they would deal with you. You know, if you're cordial and respectful, they will be, but they are not going to be like, oh, here goes that white man, and you know, like thinking about it in a negative way. And just as the same way, they are not going to see you and be like, oh, there goes that black American woman, blah blah blah. Because I can assure you, most Gambians, they don't know anything about American culture in general. They do not know anything about American culture. So the way I see it is, Atkati said she's gonna continue living there, which is great, but I don't think starting those beefs, would help, because you're bringing something to a group of people that do not see the world the way you see it, and I can assure you, you talking about you're going to build stuff, they are going to welcome that. They are not against you, believe you me, they are not against you. But that energy, like the white supremacy energy, people are not seeing things that way, because if you look around you there, it's not like you're seeing white police, white everything. It's the black people, the Gambians, who are in control. I know I've seen videos where people are like, oh, the Africans are being taken advantage of. Okay, that's because you're viewing that place in a first world terminology. So that's where the disconnect is. Like, the people in Africa are not there competing with white people. And I know in America, for black people, that's one thing. This is the system, this is what you're acclimated to. So obviously it makes sense you would compete in this system. But you cannot get people who haven't been in this system to compete in it. It doesn't make sense. They don't see wealth the way you see it. It's completely different. Do you have some who see things the way you do? Absolutely. There are some Gambians who you would definitely vibe with, and I think you should seek those people out instead of making enemies for yourself.
That Alin Diga dafa jot.
So what Aji said here in Wolof, she said, speaking facts, the time has come for us to speak the truth. And I can assure you, I know Aji's type, okay? She's nice, but she's very proud of Gambia. She's feisty. If you say something about Gambia, if she doesn't like it, you're going to hear from her. And I know Art Cat is gonna say the same thing. Like from the beginning, I told you, I've been watching her videos. She's got that same energy about her also, where she feels like she can say whatever she wants, and to her, she's just speaking the truth. But I can assure you that's not how things are, because if you look at it, you go to the Black Seed channel. What's the lady's name? Her name is gonna come to me, but the Black Seed channel, she is, you can tell she's very assimilated into the society. She seemed to understand the Gambian people, how she interacts with her neighbors, and she's got friends over there. Black Acres also, from what I've seen, they seem to be handling things pretty well. But from what Aji is saying here, obviously she disagrees with what she is seeing, because she feels like this is all a front, it's hypocritical, and also talking about this racial stuff, Gambians, that's not how they see things. You have to remember it. If you look around you, you're not seeing other races that are policing Gambians. Yes, maybe you might have gone to like a Lebanese store. You feel like, oh, this Lebanese is disrespecting a Gambian person. But what if the person doesn't feel that way? Because, let me plug this in. because in all honesty, it's like you're trying to tell these people how to live their life, and the ones that you cannot vibe with, you should leave them alone. And I would tell you here in Gambia, there are certain things, especially if you're not from there, that would if you do those things or say those things, it's not gonna go well. Like talking bad about the people's culture or their religion, that doesn't sit too well with many people. So it's all up to you. You can choose your battles. If you think this is important for you to put out the Black Panther energy, by all means go for it. But I'm gonna play more of Aji here.
Really, I had. She wrote you guys and you guys tend to ignore it. She took the permission. If she did, why would you ignore her? She invited the boy and the boy went to her platform. And before Remy invited the boy, I am a subscriber to Remy's channel. I saw her wrote that she needs to get in touch with that Hammond.
So apparently, like what Aji is saying is, when Hammond went to Renee Marcus's platform. So I guess I watched Renee's video before. She's Gambian. She was talking about the situation with Art Kati. She wasn't too happy, but I believe the way Aji is looking at things, it looks very hypocritical to her, because she is saying that if you see this guy like a child, like your son, you should definitely treat him that way, and you shouldn't have a problem with him interacting with other Gambian YouTuber. You cannot just stop the person just simply because you don't like the other person. And for someone that's lived in the States for quite some time, living as a black person, people, because you know there's a difference between a black person and a Gambian person. It's all a mindset, because here in America, some people are considered black. In Gambia, people will be confused. You're like, okay, how is the person black? Because they are like super light, you know. But again, in Gambia, whatever you want to consider yourself to be, if you say you're black or white, whatever, that's what they will go with. Especially if you're a stranger, you're not infringing upon the people's right. You show up, you said, I'm black, cool, you know. But black thinking and cultural and religious thinkings of the Gambia is completely different. It doesn't mean the people do not know that they are black. They understand that. And if you want them to know about your history, I think you should take the time and tell them about it. They would be very interested in, you know, hearing about it. You know, you should take the time, talk to them about what your history is, so that you can easily assimilate into that society. But this energy that you're bringing to the forefront, making people like Aji here upset, Renee Marcus upset. I mean, and I've seen the petition go around. I mean, because it eventually came to me. So many people signed it. Yes, they might not take it into account, but I think I think there is something that you should look into before you continue this war with the people. Just start your businesses if that's what you're there for. Employ those who, or work with those who you feel like can help you get to your goals. But all this idea about talking about it's a 200-year plan, uh, that sounds more like you have an idea, the same idea as the colonialists, because that's the same idea they had as well. They planned it out, saying we're going to rule these people for hundreds of years, and saying that the people, they don't see you as 100% African, and that offends you. But in reality, they're correct. You are an American, that happened to descend from Africa. You don't know which country you're from. So when the people, if they say that, they are not insulting you or giving it a negative connotation. The people there don't understand what you are talking about, because there is no white people around for them to be fighting with. The tourism there is a big, huge industry. So, and those beaches, as you can see, are frequented by Europeans who happen to be white people. So for many, those Europeans are a source of income. But now you're saying, okay, you understand that, but they should ditch those people and stick with, black Americans. We got dollars too. All right, they know that, but you cannot just ditch your current customers and didn't get anything yet established with your new customers. Because first of all, the arguments that you're bringing, I can assure you, most of those people you're running into, they do not have the time for it. Yes, some are going to try to scam you. They don't only scam people from America, even people from the society there. But that's not everyone. That's not how everyone rolls. And if you pay close attention, you would eventually be able to differentiate between the ones that would lie to you. And my Gambian brothers and sisters, you have to understand, you cannot just tell people things and don't follow through. That also is a big problem, because you're dealing with people coming from America, where when you tell people things, especially in a business transaction, that transaction doesn't just end with empty talk. You have to deliver. So snatching something here, grabbing something there, that's not how to do business. Some people would flat out, call you out. But regardless of what is going on, these questions that I've written as my title topic, I want to know how you think. Don't look at it from a emotional standpoint. Look at it from a realistic point of view, and tell me how you see things. You might be seeing it different from the way I'm describing it. Like I'm looking at it from both perspectives. The white supremacy energy, or talking about dominating the people. It's not the first time I've heard it, to be quite honest. There's even a well-known YouTuber I've called into his show a few times, and everything that I hear is people creating their own history of what they think Africa should be versus what Africa really is. There's a complete, because if you're trying to exist in an era that is no longer there, is going to be a problem. Talking about the Chinese taking over Africa, I don't believe that. Yes, there's a lot of Chinese coming there to do business, but I don't think they can take the land from the people. They are not more cunning and or more powerful than the white man. The white man tried it and it failed. Even in Liberia, the black Americans tried to take the land from the people. That also failed. So now that there is more understanding, where people majority, there is a lot more number of people on the continent of Africa that you can communicate with than it used to be, maybe hundreds of years ago. So now, if you truly want progress, you can capitalize on that. But creating a class system, talking about the people that you run into, or the places you see, the roads or services, is not up to par to the American system. This is America. I mean, hating America and accepting the greatness of it are two completely different things. Because I've heard people even here talking about America is not all that. Okay, that's because they don't have other places to compare America to. So this is why when you're talking to people who are not from America, they look at you like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. But instead of having that conversation, engaging those people, seeing where they're coming from, you just say, oh, they are nothing but coons. What, they're coons because they can't see the world the way you are seeing it, or saying that these people are still colonized. You yourself said it. You said majority of the people in the Gambia cannot read properly. If you cannot teach the person your language, for them to understand your language, it would be hard for you to indoctrinate them. Is that something have you ever thought about that? It will be hard to indoctrinate those people. What you're seeing, that's the tribal operation. And that's another thing that people say, oh, you should, when I hear Africans talk about their tribes, I don't get into it. Okay, this is who Africans are. This is their identity. Because if you are saying, oh, you were stolen from your land, taken to the white man's land, they strip you of your tribe, they strip you of your name, your mores, your way of thinking, and you said all that was taken from you, then now all of a sudden, why would you come across the original people, the people that, what your identity used to be, because you said that's the original one. Now you meet the people who are that way, but upset when they exhibit that. That doesn't make any sense, because now you're saying you have to identify in the way that I am telling you to. But there was somebody, a white man, that you're calling the enemy today. You're calling the enemy. You said the white man gave you that identity. So therefore, you don't like that identity. You hate it. Why would I be looking at that, right, and adapt that which you yourself are saying you hate it? So, for example, Art Kati said the Gambian people are brainwashed. They don't understand. She's going to explain this black empowerment to Gambians. Okay, fine. Mind you, black people in America have not had contact with Africa for over 250 years. So what we are seeing, for example, if you come to America, like I've lived in America for a long time, okay, just as in the beginning of my video, I can think like a black person. Obviously, I can think like a Gambian because I've lived in both systems. Because you have to understand the people's language, their lingo, the culture, there's no doubt in my mind. It's not like somebody is telling me this. What I've seen for myself, what even in America, most black people say, oh, this is African culture. Which one? Because in Africa, there's different cultures there. Which one are you talking about? But this type of conversation, all of a sudden, it brings denial and conflict, because now you're telling me, okay, I cannot ask you to be specific about what you're talking about. I should just fit in this box that you created for me. I should operate within that box. And don't you find it insulting to say, oh yeah, when these Africans are talking about their tribal stuff, I don't get into it. Okay. No, like when we talk about tribe, there is always this negativity that is attached to it. But why? If you don't know what tribal laws are, because for Europeans to try to change our culture, a lot of African cultures, is because they found that our culture, to them, it doesn't fit what they want. It doesn't match with Western culture. So that's where the clash is 24/7. So your skin color doesn't determine your culture. There is a whole lot of thing about a person other than the skin color. Experience, culture, religion, language, all these things are very, very important. Nationality. Because if someone sees you, even here, like you're a black person, if you meet a black person from here, they're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, he's black. When you're talking to them, they would say, hey, where are you from? They know that you're not from America. So the same thing, when a black person from here goes to the Gambia, when you speak, they are going to know that you're not from there. But that's not a bad thing. It is the type of energy that you are bringing. I mean, that's how the universe works. The type of energy that you are bringing. And for me, I am more than happy to see a lot of black people go to places like Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria. But when you're going, just go with an open mind. Don't write this script. I know the script. There's a script that was written, and some people are not saying it out loud, but they are facing disappointments. I mean, talking about con men, I mean, let's be real. Who amongst you lives in America and you've dealt with people, or even, let's say if you only deal with black people or any other people, every now and again somebody is going to try to con you. That's the system, and the terrible business practices that Adkati mentioned. I'm not here to say they are true or not true. This has been her experience, but this is not the whole of the Gambia. Or taking it far enough where you drive around. I saw that video. That's literally trolling the Gambian people now. So Adkati probably, when she watches Renee Marcus's video, because in Renee's video, Renee was like, you must know, I love Gambia, this is my country, pretty much letting Adkati know, look, you need to stay in your lane because I'm from here and I love this place. So Adkati, I'm guessing she saw the video, and I know exactly that the black mentality. She probably was sitting there drinking her tea, going like, I'm about to let that bee have it. Oh, she wants to talk about this is my country, blah blah blah. I'm about to show you this ain't America. This is a dusty little place. In fact, I'm about to go on a drive. I'm about to go drive and just start showing all the potholes, all the bad roads, and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, you have to know the people. I know, like, I don't know what Art's intention is, but if you say the road is bad, I mean, everyone would agree with you. They would agree with you. Gambians, they complain about it, but making it in a way to shame Gambian people is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And from what I gather, you've ticked off a lot of people. I've seen even one girl, a video. The problem is people start making the videos personal also. So as this is circulating, it's gonna be a hellstorm. Is gonna create some sort of beef, not only here on YouTube. It's gonna permeate into the society, some of the people you interact with. And don't let those people that, like in Gambia, people, their smile, don't let that fool you. Don't think that you can just take advantage of Gambian people. I can assure you, when it comes time to fight, they will fight you. People fighting people is very normal. I'm talking about physically fighting you. So you might want to have to take some self-defense classes, because as more and more people see what you're publishing here on YouTube, it's gonna reach the wrong people, and they are not going to take too kindly to it. Personally, myself, I welcome this conversation once again. Do I believe that Art Kati should be deported back to America? I don't think so. I just know she just gotta be careful with the dusties that she's dealing with, and also the high energy and some of the things that she is saying. She has to tame it down a bit, because when you go to Rome, you do as Romans do. Like in America, I see a lot of things that I know they are definitely effed up. They're fucked up. Like I see it, but I don't dare go and start saying, oh, all Americans or all black people do this or do that. I just enjoy people, on a individual interaction basis. But if you think a group of people are slow, unintelligent, not read, you're going to use that, if that's your idea of them, and think you can dominate, I think you're mistaken. You should take the time and learn about the politics and learn about what the people truly care about, if that's what you're into. But if you're about just building your business, you can do that as well. That's what the Lebanese do, the Chinese. They go there to different African countries. The people with business, they're careful not to get themselves involved in politics, or trying to tell the people about their customs, trying to tell the people that they're con men. No, they don't. They don't do that. They just find out who they can trust and who they cannot trust. So I'm going to be continuing from now on to analyze the different ideas that people, black people from America are bringing to the Gambia. I mean, as you know, I know few Caribbeans that's lived in the Gambia, even when I lived there back in the days. I even know some Americans that lived there, but they live there just fine. They have no issues with anyone. They are not trying to dominate. They stay out of the politics. The people they deal with love them, and they love them back. So that's just how it is. No harm, no foul. Simple as that. So I'm going to be that buffer. I want to be that buffer, the person that's going to see things from both perspectives and try to reinterpret what is being said and what is being done. The repatriation is a good thing, but colonization, that's bad, and that's the language I've been hearing. And I want to thank all of you that's watching or coming to watch me. Please make sure you subscribe, share this video with your friends. I'll be coming with a lot more. I want to thank Kathy, for speaking candidly, Aji, Renee, and all of you that are making, priceless videos about Gambia, sharing this knowledge. Today, these few months, it's gonna be rough. It's going to be a love-hate relationship, but we can tread through this. Thank you.